All right, and we are live with SMSU Valorant gameplay for Team B. This is our first time seeing Team B in a collegiate competitive atmosphere, and we've actually seen two members play previously, Eric the Great and the Kingslayer, so it's going to be fun to see them now paired up with their team. I'm Afro, here with a new member of the broadcast team, Woken. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Excited to see all of these players trying to win this one. It'll be interesting seeing the colleges go up against each other.
Yeah, and we're taking a look at some of the maps choice and players that we have. We're on Ascent, which isn't too bad of a map, especially if I'm looking at this correctly. We have a Sova, Omen, Phoenix, Reyna, and Sky, possibly. So Ascent's... Oh, it looks like one's thinking about going for Viper now, but it is going to be one of those maps where mid is going to be heavily contested, if maybe even completely avoided.
Select your
Just due
agent.
to the long range expertise of like Jet with the op, Sova with op. I mean, it's going to be dangerous to even try to go that way.
Yeah, I want to take note of SMSU only having one duelist on Ascent, and that duelist being Reyna. That'll be an interesting thing to see play out, especially with Reyna's util being very limited in helping team play.
Yeah, and given the performance of SMSU Team A's loss at Ascent last Sunday during the tournament, we are looking at them trying to maybe claw back redemption arc, as one would say, for SMSU, because past histories of Ascent haven't been too good.
Yeah, the SMSU Ascent game last week for A team was very, very close when it did not have to be.
Yeah. And it looks like, for the most part, SMSU is going to try and start off with a push toward B, possibly maybe someone holding mid just in case someone tries to push up that way. And on the side of the Concordia St-Paul team, it's mostly split. You have 2 in A, 3 in B, with a lot of util on B. So I'm expecting a big fight.
Scanning ahead.
Killjoy.
Toxins going up.
It'll be extremely hard to get past that.
Poison's gone.
Shots are flying pretty quickly here. Dom Gray takes out Eric.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
And with that, I mean, that was almost a near flawless for Concordia. Definitely not
You failed.
the
Now
game
sleep.
that they wanted for that round, but it is only just a round. Really, anything can happen.
Hopefully SMSU takes note of where some of those players were playing. Taking note of the kills for util on B, Sova playing in market. However, we will
Turret
see
out.
them switching up where Sova is playing as Sova makes their way onto A site. Not obviously util ultimates will not be ready for a couple rounds yet.
Let us hunt.
But we'll see Dart coming in to clear A from Dom Grady.
Scanning ahead.
Shoots it. Oh yeah, it's immediately taken out by Kingslayer, but that's going to give him some very valuable information for Concordia to use. Problem of adapting to that.
Papa Strike's getting spotted out there mid, taking some damage for that. No heals on the side of SMSU, except they do have Sky actually, so they could heal if they have Sky's heal there. Mid, Spicy Lotus. Damage for that.
Yeah, going for the box pen, and yeah, he's still going for it. He did get some shots on Viper. You see Worth picking up Papa Shrugs there, as it looks like they're going to be kind of in a pinch situation on A side.
I want to know how much control the Golden Bears have over this map. We see they have spawn control from attackers. The Killjoy holding that with, I think that's either turret or a bot. We have heaven control. They have mid control. They know exactly where SMS
30
is,
seconds
and
left.
They don't know they might not get out of this alive.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very disadvantageous spot for like a push here. As
One enemy remaining.
flanking. Oh
Flawless.
my goodness! What a play there by Worthless. Took advantage of just staying in spawn for the most part, and then as soon as they saw a push, he just took advantage and made a big play for him.
SMSU will be buying a couple of loadouts in this map. We see this ultimate's getting pretty close here. Killjoy for Golden Bear getting close to ultimate. However, none of SMSU's weapons are very close for use.
Yeah, it's definitely looking a little sparingly. It's not the best case scenario for them, but at the same time, looking at
Blocking vision.
it just
Concealment.
a lot of gun plays, gun fights, I should say. So hopefully they can turn that around.
SMSU gets 2 picks off of the start. Using for clear.
Block the sight.
Mid. Now trying to work up top.
No charges left.
It's now a 5v2. It's gonna be really hard for them to lose this round.
Enemy
and a
kill.
kill.
Last player standing.
But there's good trade. I mean, that's at the end of the day. And now with Worthless
Spike down B.
here in
down.
B, it's looking pretty dire for him.
Very, very true. Worthless might be able to make
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
as we see a 3K and
my goodness!
Oh, my
Wow.
genius doesn't stop in the lab.
by SMSU in that they're taking 1v1s when they don't have to.
Yeah, I feel like if they had the opportunity, they should have pushed all at the same time. You have numbers game, and he was low.
I should play
so,
some
like, it was
Astral
really
Stars
only
in this
one
round.
shot, and he gets 4K out of that big play coming from Concordia, and now it's 3-0.
That's
Placing alarm bot.
booster for Worthless. Ooh, that was crazy to watch.
He's not feeling worthless anymore. I can tell you that much.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, that's
100%.
for sure.
Eric the Great trying to see if the start comes through. Wants to immediately kill it with that bullet. We're going to see SMSU working up towards mid. However, there are 2 players top mid.
Covering it.
And there's
Tight situation.
Spike down mid.
Can I just say I love that skin? I just
it's
honestly, that skin is just really nice.
It's clean. It's clean.
It looks like we have.
Last player standing.
What I like to see from SMSU is that it takes so long at a certain point that it gives Concordia a chance to just completely pinch the map, and then they're stuck in a situation where they're being sandwiched. I feel like SMSU needs to probably play more aggressively and just take a point if they can, because if they're playing too slow, it's going to cause some massive damage to them in the long run if they get flanked.
Yeah, definitely. Either that or we need to see some Killjoy util being used in the lane. They need to be able to take that space. I haven't seen a lot of utils from SMSU. That might be they're not able to catch up some of these rounds.
In the past, we've seen Papa Scruggs, who loves to lurk for the most part. You know, he loved going for flanks and trying the lurk game. Haven't seen a lot of it this past couple of rounds, but he might turn it around here.
Definitely. The mid lurk is always a good bet at securing a round. We're gonna see some heavy lean towards A for SMSU. Papa Shrugs, as you said, is looking for this lurk, and he ends up getting Elephants totally off guard.
Now it just becomes a waiting game. What is Papa Scruggs going to do here? This could be very advantageous for him. He does get a second kill, barely on the death's door here. Could definitely be a good job if he can get the third one, but it's worthless. Taking him out with ease.
That was a
Revealing
very
area.
You're not. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. Last player
Ain't
standing.
no way. It's become a 1v1. It's down to Worthless and Kingslayer.
Worthless. The person that took out 4 of them versus the Kingslayer and Rainfall 2. They're jiggling this. The Kingslayer has to get it down, and Worthless knows that.
10 seconds left.
Placing
Like,
sentry.
will
Spike
commit to that
planted.
plant, and now it just becomes a game of stalling. If you can at least stall enough. He says, I'm just gonna go for it anyway. My goodness. King Slayer gets the kill, clutching it for his team. SMSU's first win, and hopefully many more, as they're starting to turn around a little bit.
Very true. Reyna ult proving very, very useful in that round. However, it still scares me that they were wiped out so quickly by Six Stack. The presence unknown on A site. I think SMSU has to clear things a little bit more thoroughly. Going forward here.
Let's see
Yeah, I
now.
know for a fact that they have to look out for Worthless. He set up some util on B side, making it dangerous, but he knows that if they're not coming, he's just gonna push and flank. And so, and that's what I like about what Worthless is doing. I don't think SMSU is doing it.
Very true.
Spike down mid.
Drugs gets one with the bulldog. Picks up the vandal. Looking
Stealing sight.
does he know he could get pinched? Oh, Grady with a
Spike down A.
gets one.
Situation. They are going to go for the plant. You can see if you're an illusion development,
Don't get in my way.
well.
Initiated.
Is out for SMSU. But so is Killjoy for Golden Bears. This is going to be a really interesting round. I want to see how this plays out.
I've got your trail. Found one.
You're defending.
Last player standing.
Looks like it won't work, and they just use their ult against them. It helps them and get a couple picks before, but I think it was unwise to leave so many people out of the Viper pit and then just allowed them to come up and defuse it.
They had Killjoy ult for the defensive side team,
Target
and that
out.
was so useful.
Yeah.
In that situation, you either take down the Viper ult so you can see everyone on the side, or you go for the Killjoy ult. You have to do one or the other.
Yeah, it definitely became apparent at that moment. There was a perfect counter on the Concordia Golden Bears, being able to just kind of tag them and take them away. But as we enter this next round, they're going for that B push, and they know that Worthless might be here, maybe not.
Blocking sight. Here.
And they know who's in logs.
Be very bad if he is able to take the op.
Spike down
Six
B.
Stack a little too confident on that peak.
Yeah, my boy is out here with a class, taking out the op in logs like he got it crazy.
Very true.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
What's this?
Spike planted.
they're
know-
going for the knife. They're going for the knife.
One
Especially
enemy
when they
remaining.
fight and then the King Slayer's right there to pick it up.
Okay.
That got a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know really what to make of that. That was some intense,
Yeah, that
precise gunplay, if I may say.
they were on there. They're just doing some crazy stuff. Surprisingly, he did not grab op.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have enough time, but that would have probably been very advantageous to have op on their side. But that was, I definitely would say that the biggest play from that was having Papa Scruggs in logs. After he took out Reyna, Sova comes in, had no idea, got him too, and that really helped them out.
Very true. However, I do kind of like the fact that they didn't take off since they're attacking. Unless you have a very, very good player like Jet,
Yeah.
who's able to move around with that. However, he's drones not clear anything.
Yeah, it's definitely did spot the Killjoy hiding in the garage the whole time with the sheriff.
Pulling them
too, but
in.
Now you're looking at 2v4. This should be SMS.
That's actually, so much went down in that one moment. You saw Killjoy get a pick, and then
Last player
Golden
standing.
Bears fall.
Yeah.
A lot happening. Six Stack's gonna be lurking up mid. However, little does he know, Shrug is doing the same. 6stack going for the flank now.
Yeah, and they had a little bit of a fight at A, and then they both kind of fell off. And you can even see a little bit on the map that they are still so paranoid of each other, and they're not even near each other.
Very true. It's very fun watching some of these plays and not playing. You see these players and they're so paranoid of one another.
And you can see, I don't know what was going on with Kingslayer. He was bunny hopping into garage. He got caught lacking by 6stack. Could have been a miscommunication in terms of where he was.
6stack get his great, takes him out.
Yeah, you can even see, look at the econ on the Kingslayer at a 9,000 now. He's capping at this point, and I would even say it's a little strange that I mean, he's saving up for the econ for everybody else to share. You know, I share the wealth, which is understandable, but he's also been doing really well. I would even say that B push might just be stronger. They probably assume that KJ would probably be at B most of the time, and so perhaps
Going
attacking
astral,
that
guys.
might be more beneficial.
Yeah.
Right
I
there.
want to see some of these ults this next round or so.
I am the
And as I
hunter!
say, we have a solo ult
Nowhere
right
to
here,
run!
and Sova's gonna be counter-ulting this ult for, it's not gonna find anything. Both Sova ults seem to be
That almost didn't really get phased as much. I think he hit maybe like one hit, but they definitely would. I'm guessing that the Sova should have done was wait for Killjoy to activate ult, and then he could have ulted on that and caused it to stop because he just wants to.
No charges.
Yeah, another good thing for Sova to do in that situation for SMSU in particular is to counter ult with Sova. That's actually a good pick off of that.
You can see where it's being shot. It's definitely just pinpointed. Should at least get a hit.
Stack taken out on site. SMSU able to pick up 2.
Last player
Head
standing.
glitch, I swear.
Yeah, it's very useful. Elephants unfortunately taken out. Worthless.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
1v1. Worthless is not sure where Waffle is. However, Waffle
That
is
arrow
in the
should have
dark.
been enough evidence. For L.
Turret out.
Oh, that, I'm not gonna lie, that was smart from Worthless. You threw out the turret so he'd shoot that first, and then you essentially trade off the turret.
Clutch.
This man is a threat.
Calculated.
A very smart play by Worthless. Very close. To not winning that round for them though.
Yeah, it's definitely been
6-3.
very, Worthless top fragging right
Turret
now.
out.
Yeah.
The name does not defy the person here. He's definitely helping the team way more than I could possibly imagine.
Placing
I
alarm
guess you
bot.
can't really judge a book by its cover at the end of the day. And it looks like they are going to go for this B push once again.
Heading to the above.
It's proved pretty successful. And they only have really one person playing towards this B side. Except now they have
I've got your trail.
Worthless gets 2 picks.
My goodness, the trade should have been so easy there. You knew where he was, you just had to swing at the same time. Probably got the kill.
Some of them on sheriffs. And SMSU's just trying to pick up the pieces of that failed attempt on B site. However, little do they know they're gonna be giving up guns B main for Golden Bears if they give up that part of the map.
And you can even see that the Golden Bears have kind of already started to make that rotate toward A in the mid almost. They figured since they're not at B anymore, let's give it a try.
6stack. I think he just got a head dink on Waffle
Yeah.
through the wall.
He's got him a couple times, I think.
That's, you know, these are serious when they're and,
30
and they get
seconds
a click
left.
On Eric, great. Waffle trying to peek and hit that
Still in
trade,
sight.
however, it's not gonna happen.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Flawless, my gosh. Honestly, I think at this point, you know, we saw the cracks forming. with SMSU here. You see that once Worthless got those 2 picks in Garage, it just became a game of like, okay, well now SMSU's kind of stuck. They move to rotate, and Concordia saw it coming and they read it perfectly.
Yeah, I wanna actually apologize for my statements. I thought SMSU had a killjoy at first. However, I think that's their fault, is they have nothing for flank at all. They have nothing to watch flank. So you're completely right with the fact that they have to get on site or it's over.
Yeah, this is they're a pretty aggressive team, but they don't seem to be passive aggressive. And that's really surprising. You have Reina, you have, you know, Sky, you have Omen, you have a lot of flashes that you can possibly use.
I think the one duelist they have is someone who doesn't have a lot of mobility. I mean, Reina has to get a pick and able to move spots, so it's really hard for them to get on site with that. Hard to clear space when all you have is lines.
Yeah, and as you can see, Spicy Lotus is going in hell to maybe hold off shot.
Here.
And it does become a 3v3 situation. Viper is on death's door though. Maybe Sky can maybe give some heals out.
Spike planted.
Slayer gets a kill. We still have Worthless with a kill result. Might be able to come into play. However, Kira is going for these kills, and
Last player
Reload cheese,
standing.
that reload cheese.
the killjoy comes out, but Akira's already gone. They might be pushing this killjoy all. No, they're backing away. In a 2v1, they're backing away.
Yeah, that's it's gonna open up the route for him to just go for defuse.
It's not planted for
One
them.
enemy remaining.
Oh my
Don't
god.
drop.
Speechless.
Oh,
The
And
molly.
Spicy Lotus clutches it up.
Wow, that molly was really well done. It essentially put
Last
that
round in the
corner.
half.
So he either walked in the corner and got hit, or had to walk forward enough to be exposed by Spicy Lotus, who opened it up for that clutch play. But Worthless almost coming out with another win here. You definitely want to target Worthless, because once
Can
you
I
take
get
him out, the
this?
game becomes significantly easier for SMSU. He's like, look at the KD on Worthless. He's definitely doing the most right now, and that's because he is such a threat, especially on a map like Ascent, where you only have one way to get in unless you take him.
100%. I think this is why they're going towards the A site. Is
Too
And-
rich.
a wave coming in from both parties. However, Six Stack just tends to be, you know, he just had less of a whiff. That's what it came down to.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
game
feed us in.
of luck, you know, at the end of the day. If you can hit your shots faster than someone else, then that's all that can determine a game. And as we're looking at this, you can see that they're starting to move just like they usually do. They're starting to pinch the map, to make flanks, and there's no one watching the back, which could be very bad.
Yeah, we have Killjoy and Astra on the flank here. And Sky's gonna have to 2v1 this or push it over. We're gonna see that.
Spike down
look
A.
at that.
There's one.
Begins.
And
Last player standing.
Worthless takes out Eric the Great.
He looked away for just a split second and was unable to make it. And you can see the Kingslayer was looking over there.
I
He's
have
in a
this
very
fight.
bad spot.
30 seconds left.
He's going to want to keep that gun out if he wants to win this.
they're all dead.
Never turning back on Worthless.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely could have stayed in main, not even
Switching
tried to go
sides.
toward site, and just waited for that KJ to go for that flank. That probably would have been the best idea.
Yeah. You gotta isolate your 1v1s, and Worthless is sneaking up right behind you.
And I think at this point, that's what you have to know, right? Like, KJ loves to flank. If they're not at his site, he's making moves to try and move around and make use of that. But of course, now with the half being over, and now we get to see them on the attacking side. Let's see what SMSU can do on now that they have that kind of advantageous situation where they have the defensive angles.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping more ults are coming out this half, because last half, the ultimate usage was almost non-existent.
Blinded. No charges left. One dead.
However, and Golden Bears gets 2.
Yeah,
planted.
what the problem was with that play here on SMSU's side. You can see that there's people on site playing site, but there was no one watching entry. They're both on site.
One enemy remaining.
And as you can see, control of this. Deep trouble, and that's gonna be the first pistol round done. And like I said, I mean, the angles weren't put there. I think they played too passively.
100%. They've got to make sure they get that first contact, and they've got to win their duels. They've got to win this next round, otherwise it's going to be extremely hard for them to come back. Once it hits double digits and you're this far gone, it's almost game over. So hoping that they're able to pull this one out.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games where, you know, you get to a point in time, especially now that
Revealing
super
area.
aggressive team that
Shadows
has
traveling.
now defending stuff other than the Sova darts.
So they either have to play more aggressive or
Thick.
Like, yeah, they're just
Last player standing.
now to the Kingslayer members, and he just could not convert those shots, and he is taken out. And like you said, Awoken, it's one of those things where you have to kind of look at what your team comp is. I mean, you guys are not sentinels, you're not passive players. You have a lot of flashes, so you got to use them. And you also got access to Viper's stuff as well. You have Viper walls, you have the Viper smokes. I mean, use it as much as you can, especially if you can control where they go. You just have to be able to see it coming.
certainly, especially Viper wall. I don't want to. I don't want to see it use this early in the round. I want to see it for retake.
Yeah, you just want to set up the retake. I would have used Molly for sure to kind of cut them, like delay their push a little bit if you knew they were coming. The wall might have been a little more
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
and at this point now,
Placing swarm grenade.
and they're just kind of cooped up.
Swarm
And you can
grenade
see
out.
that Omen is fast enough to possibly convert a bit.
Waffle gonna send a shot.
One enemy remaining.
Although it will not my worthless.
Yeah, it looks like they just keep going for B. I mean, they had good success on A, but feeling like they are gonna just try alternating sites, seeing what works. They go B one round, they go A next round, and SMSU just doesn't have a way to counter these all-out aggressive pushes. That's just what it seems like to me, because if we're looking at how the game has been playing so far, especially with the team comps, it should be a little closer to that aggressive nature that SMSU team comp gives.
Scanning ahead.
I will say, even though Waffle could die doing his play,
Dart.
or even if he doesn't get the shot, I love how he was closer up,
Cutting their vision.
trying to get that share. Even if it doesn't work out, it's worth trying getting that one back.
Yeah, no, that's a smart move there.
One enemy
Trying to be
remaining.
a little more aggressive, you know, with his shock darts. Not really going for more info darts as much, as you just want to just try and get as much damage as possible to pick up your team. The Kingslayer,
Spike planted.
again in a precarious situation.
Stack is doing work this half, running in and
Match point.
suddenly Worthless isn't the only one with 20 plus kills.
Yeah, and it starts to look very dire. You're now in match point. It's at this point that SMSU should take a seat back. You know, you're not gonna get this game, but this is a best of 3. So you come back game 2, think about what happened here and how you can adjust for that, you know, for the next map and what team comp works for you for that one.
Very true. I do like this play slightly more, not using the wall off
Concealment,
the map,
obscuring
Viper,
vision.
However, they will be using Orb.
Pulling them in.
That's a better play for retake. However, they'll be giving up A site, and that could be their entry on sight. Excellent spicy. This is taken out by 6stack.
Last player standing.
Problem with this play
Spike
from
planted.
SMSU from this conversion here was that they didn't wait to really have to get on point, and they didn't plant yet. So they just kind of went in there like, okay,
Nowhere
let's try to
Attackers
make
win.
I'm bored.
And in the end,
Let's
a
go.
13-4 for game 1. But that doesn't get them out just yet. They still have a chance to possibly make something happen. And so we will be right back for game 2 of this contest between Concordia and SMSU. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back to SMSU Esports. This is Kra McGraw switching in for Afro, joined here by Awoken. Awoken, we just saw a great match on Ascent from SMSU. Well, a great match. SMSU didn't quite do as well on that map as they did last week in their first rounds. What did you think of that?
I think it just came down to coordination, and they weren't able to coordinate well enough to pull off their attacks or their defensive retakes. So it was really unfortunate to see. However, this is practice, and they will get better. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely seeing some room for improvement with SMSU's B team. There's a couple times in that match where the crosshairs were floating the wall, not necessarily sure where they should have those, and that just makes the game of Valorant so much harder. If you have your crosshair where you know their head is going to be, all you have to do is swing that corner and click that mouse button. But now we're going to be loading in here to Haven. SMSU going to be starting here in defense.
Going to be seeing still no Sentinel for SMSU. Gonna be interesting seeing if it was just the map or if it was the lack of Sentinel that did them in last game.
Yeah, possibly just SMSU playing who they're comfortable with. I know there's a little bit of an issue pre-game in trying to make sure that family emergency couldn't be here. So SMSU trying to adapt as they can.
Looking forward to see what Phoenix being utilized on Haven though. Strong
Scanning
advocate
ahead.
for Phoenix. So useful. Hopefully we see some Molly lineups. That'd be awesome. Kingslayer gonna be helping out on A's site. Worthless is concussed.
SMSU losing one member here early on.
Spike planted.
Back to the fight here. Lose another member now in a 5v3 situation with two members for the other team. Very low.
Last player standing.
Both of them hell. SMSU does manage to get picked up by Don Brady and Six Stack there.
Going into this second round, we're gonna see that economy is looking like an ordinary test round. However, Golden Bears will be buying up and forcing this round. However, defensive teams tend to have an advantage, so hopefully we see a couple of these guns fall from Golden Bears. Hopefully SMSU is able to pick up a couple of these kills. It's gonna be a default on Haven. Three people going towards C, 2 people going towards Garage. Worthless picks up 2, and they have C site to themselves.
SMSU in a 5v3 situation, down 2 men. Gonna have to coordinate quite well. The Reyna is across the map room. Is probably gonna encounter
one enemy remaining
here on Killjoy. Peeker as that Reyna comes up to his tripwire. Gonna find an easy kill there.
Yeah.
Concordia.
The Kingslayer a little bit too loud with the bunny hops over there.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see some buys coming from SMSU. Gonna be light shield for Silva. Not sure if Silva bought up a little bit last round, but that seems the case.
Yeah, Concordia just opting to buy full shields this round and try and roll into that bonus round with their all their Spectres. So SMSU does have the rifle advantage in this round, but we'll see if they can actually capitalize on that. Concordia going to be posturing towards A, doing a 3-2 split into sewers and main, pushing onto site here. So going out. He's going to try and portal in here. He's going to go for that. Goes through his flash out. Six Tech does get a weapon upgrade. Concordia 4v3 does have site control and have found a couple weapons.
One enemy
but
remaining.
Elusive pushes out from Heaven there and finds an easy 2K. Pops last alive. Can't manage to find Six Stack. Concordia gets their 3rd round win.
I'll say I loved how Bears went A, taking those close combat fights, utilizing the most out of their Spectres, putting those rifles in an odd situation for SMSU. And now the economy for SMSU is looking pretty broke.
Yeah, in a really weird spot for SMSU. Gonna have to try and find something. You know, they don't want to go down in rounds early on, especially on Haven. Haven is a somewhat attacker-sided map.
Launching smoke.
3 sides, but SMSU is gonna have to try and find some aggressive plays here to equal out that advantage.
And Spicy Lewis gets a pick on Dom Grady. However, the util, and they don't get him, they win. However, he will be picked up.
Waffle tries to find one, gets taken out by Worthless. Now Concordia has full control of C-Site. SMSU, only 2 players left alive.
One enemy remaining.
Well, Reyna gets taken out. Now Phoenix, last alive, and we can see that 6-stack feel pretty good. Throwing out a little bit of bad manner there with the spam. Eric the Great only has 32 health. Has a sheriff. Was about to say Marshall. You know, fairly close. But gets quickly taken out without being able to take out any important players.
One ult for SMSU ready, this Brimstone ult. And we're also going to have Jet and Sova ult for Golden Bears up.
Papa Scrubs actually opting to buy an op as Breach. An interesting play. Not typically something you see.
Very true. I mean, well, hopefully there's a pick or two that comes from it. Want to take slight
Hit
note
them fast,
that
hit
Jet,
them hard.
Akira has 0 deaths but 7 kills. Pulling out a lot for this round. I mean, this game.
Papa Scrubs does manage to find one with that op. Just to take out Worthless of all oh no, not Worthless. I don't know, but I thought Worthless was on Decipher for some reason.
Yeah, these character switch ups are really getting me.
Yeah, gotta keep on top of the game.
The Kingslayer catches Dom Grady up off guard. Papa Shrugs looking at C still.
Does have an ult for a retake. Now 6-stack finds the Kingslayer. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do in this mid. Gonna get peeked. Gets
Spike
taken out by Eric
down
the Great
B.
from the other side.
One
Has to
enemy
come out.
remaining.
Phoenix does pick up Worthless.
Eric the Great doing a lot of work this round. Getting those impact frags. And Papa Shrugs looking the wrong way on this one. However, he's gonna be...
Timing does find 6-stack, and SMSU, that op buy does work out, and they do find their first round win of this Haven match.
Sometimes the op is all that's needed. And a couple of those quick picks from Eric the Great really help out with that round.
And now SMSU, 6-stack, gonna answer back with that op, it looks like, possibly. The economy for Concordia, very robust. They can lose this round and still be able to full buy next round.
That
SMSU,
silver's mine.
not necessarily in the same situation. They need to win this round. They need to chain together some kills and hurt the economy of Concordia to have a good chance to come back and get some more rounds in this half.
Joke's over! You're dead!
So, Ultimate Economy also extremely healthy for both teams. Except, I believe Run It Back was just used.
Get out of my
Now
way!
down 2 players. Concordia hurt on their moment and their Cypher. Scrub's still alive, has the op. But he's going to be smoked off right now. He'll be challenging that Phoenix in
Spike
garage.
planted. Last
Eric
player
Great not
standing.
going to see Cypher. And Akira takes him out, and Dom Grady manages to pick up a 2K on site for another Concordia win.
That was great placement by the attacking team.
And we can see here that Concordia is trying to figure out what they want to do with that extra op they picked up. Looking like they don't really want to risk attacking with 2 ops. They're not quite that confident in this game yet. You know, just opting to keep that op on Jet.
Very good wording there. Okay, so we see the Sova ult. Hopefully, Worthless is able to tag someone here, and I wouldn't be surprised if the ult comes out.
Nowhere
And
to
here we
run!
are. The ult is coming out.
They got Papa Scrubs here. They do manage to, and that's one big ult for SMSU off the table. They pick
Stop
off,
that.
get some damage on the
Standing
Brimstone too. So Six stack gonna get taken out with that op.
Six stack try to enter there and just was shut off. And Spicy Lotus is shut off as well.
SMSU now in a 3v2 situation. But
Dom
Phoenix.
Brady with-
One
Brady
enemy
has that
remaining.
lurk, managed to find one. Doesn't find Derek the Great. Bomb's
Spike
gonna go down on
planted.
C site, and now a 1v2 situation. Eric the Great
Careful
might
now.
heal up a little bit with that Phoenix molly. He's gonna have to make a big play here for SMSU.
The great thing about Phoenix is the fact that you're able to heal off of your utility. It gives you so much advantages in this game. When you have 30 health, no you don't. Throw down those hot hands and you can have 100. Might be a save from SMSU though. It doesn't look like they're gonna have enough time to clutch up this round. Might go for some exits.
Who doesn't, man? He's not gonna actually pick up the op there. Doesn't want to risk it. Elusive gonna grab that himself. Eric the Great is gonna get pinched here. He doesn't know where to put his crosshair. He does manage to pick up one, but Worthless gonna pick up that op and keep that in the economy rotation of Concordia.
Okay. Lots of ults from SMSU. Hopefully this round we see multiple of them being used. I think one thing that's been consistent across matches, across games, is that they don't use enough of their ultimates. Some of those being so useful.
I think if you're SMSU here, you really need to play the retake game with Papa Scrub's ult. And if you're Papa Scrub, you really got to try to not die early on in this game.
Revealing area.
Your breach. You have a ton of utility to help your teammates, and to enable them. And you really
There
need
they
to
are.
utilize that, especially when you're down like this.
100%. Breach ult is so important in the retakes.
Scrub's not doing what he needs to. Gonna push up there and just walk up mid and get easily taken out. And now Concordia. Well, there was a trade on the other side of the map. So they are actually down one man, but
Waffle might give them this one for free.
Our spike carrier is
However,
killed.
he doesn't.
Spike
Out of
down
sight.
A.
Not today.
Revealing area.
knows that Cypher's there. With penetration game
Last
does not
player
win.
standing.
And what was a 4v3?
One enemy remaining.
And now a 1v1.
Does find a pick. Does have his
Planted the
ult.
spike.
This is it.
Careful now.
Try and get onto site here. Cypher, he knows that he ulted up there. He drops, does
There
pick
we
up
go.
Wakira right away, and SMSU gonna find their second round win of the match.
That was
Clutch.
insane. The drop down, landing
Oh, you
that
thought you caught the
headshot.
fight?
I don't know recoil as good as that, but that was insane. All right. Still no ults for SMSU.
And SMSU in a weird place economy-wise. They can do some light shields and some rifles if they want, but it's going to leave very little room for utility. So it looks like they're going to opt for some full shields. Guardian and Waffle. Spectre. And Papa
Right here.
Scrubs. And a Vandal on Phoenix. Spectre throw out that blind early.
You're not
Kingslayer with a really big pickup out of garage.
stealing sight.
He
Gordy's
opts to
woman
give up.
ults into
Standing
their back
ahead.
site, into their spawn. Kingslayer does manage to find him. Now SMSU has a 3-man advantage.
See Dom Brady leaning towards this garage pick.
Last
Spike
player
carrier
standing.
Really, however,
Spike down A.
Kingslayer does manage to find another one. The only SMSU player is going to be there to get the weapon upgrade. Very unfortunate.
economy gonna be looking pretty good for SMSU at this point. Able to buy up next round if they lose this. couple bonuses though, with the Spectre and the Guardian.
The economy for Concordia looking a little bit more sparse
You know what
now
to do.
after losing 2 rounds in a row.
SMSU definitely able to bring this back.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Looks like it's going to come out from Concordia, moving fast and hard onto the site. Waffle's going to be there, manages to find Phoenix's ult. The counter ult is going to come out from SMSU's Brimstone.
A little too late.
They will cover.
Well,
Now Concordia on site has quite a bit of control. SMSU has all of their teammates in the location to do the
Last
retake.
player standing.
They just managed to get picked off one by one with Elephants having a 2K there. Oh, but Elephants falling and actually dying doesn't manage to stick the landing on the box where he wouldn't take damage. A little bit of an unnecessary need to buy for Concordia, but I think they'll probably recover from that. Full buy is going to be coming out by both SMSU and Concordia. Both teams on equal footing.
still have the ult for Papa Shrugs. Gonna be looking really good for retakes if they decide to use that. Silver Dart coming in for A is not
Flash
taken
out.
out, and they'll have some free info off of that.
This Reb's out in danger. There's 3 Concordia members all looking at him. Manages to flash one, but does peek out for the ego peek. Does manage to find one, but he's only got 11 health left. He's going to throw out that aftershock. Doesn't manage to find any of Concordia's players. Now SMSU
Spike
getting a little
down
aggressive
A.
towards that sewer. Waffle pushed up there. Finds one. Going to try and
enemy
find a
remaining.
second. Does find him. And now Cypher. Akira. The last one alive for Concordia. And B site. We'll pick him up with that smooth little Vandal headshot.
Last round
They're
before the
definitely starting
switch.
to feel it now, taking those aggressive peaks, and it's working out for them. Their characters, their loadout, it's really beneficial for them.
Yeah, and SMSU, you know, finding that these last couple rounds towards the end of this half is really important on Haven. You know, as defenders, as getting split among those 3 sites, it's really important that these find these rounds. And now we'll see if they can manage to pick up one more.
Revealing area.
Silver Dart out for Worthless. Gonna be trying to scan out any enemies on C, as it looks like here's garage picks. Scanning out anything. One thing I have seen is that
Cutting their vision.
Golden Bears, they tend to look for the garage
Nowhere
C,
to run!
the garage C play constantly. I think this is
No more charges
true
left.
default is always coming back to C.
Plant gonna go down onto C site. Pop Scrubs has 1 health. Does have his ult. Really needs to use it here. Can't hold on to it. It's the last round in the half. He has 1 health and he's just gonna try peek onto site here. Does see on them. Is gonna get crashed. Not sure what Papa Scrubs is doing. Just holding on that ult like it's full. Now Kingslayer, 1v3 situation, has to find the picks, has to find He gets taken out by Dom Grady. SMSU
Start.
not using their ults once again.
Switching sides.
That is really unfortunate to see. The ults are the one thing you can always rely on to change the momentum of a round. Not seeing that come out for retakes at all the first half is really, really upsetting. So hopefully they learn from that the second half.
You know, if you're playing a character like Breach and you have a really great retake ult, you need to use it. There's no reason not to use it when you're in that location. You're in the perfect location to ult the entire C site. Even if you have 1 health and an op, it's better to have no ult and 1 health and an op than have an ult that you don't use at the end of the half.
100%, and they have teammates that are able to take advantage of that breach ult. No reason not to.
Just gonna come out here. SMSU does manage to find a pick early on, gets traded back.
No, you
Eric
don't.
the Great does find a second. Phoenix Law gonna come up. So Phoenix for
One
Concordia.
enemy
Gonna try and
remaining.
push in, but Waffle does find Dom Grady with that shock dart.
Shock darts proving extremely useful in pistol rounds. And the molly will come out for Phoenix, changing, closing. Sorry.
It's all
It's my
fine.
first time
It's all fine. Worthless, last member alive for Concordia, finds the Kingslayer. Only has 20 health here though, and with bomb down, it's going to be very hard. He's going to try and push onto site. Does get picked up by Eric the Great, and SMSU finds their 5th round win in this Haven match. Really important pistol round win there for SMSU.
Definitely. Marshall coming out for Papa Shrugs. A bonus for SMSU. Not a bonus, a force up for SMSU. We're going to see some shorties coming out for the defending team.
Yeah, and Concordia maybe going to try and play some really cheeky, close angles with those shorties.
It's always nice to see shorties doing work.
Revealing area.
$200 gun versus rifles. Crazy how it wins sometimes.
I can never manage to make that gun work, but
Found them.
some people definitely manage to.
A hit again, however, 6 stack.
Look at
is
that
ready for it.
massive rotation from Concordia. SMSU B not just gonna try and force onto A.
Spike going
Moment
down.
Concordia
Spike
is
planted.
up in that heaven area, waiting for that smoke to dissipate. Kira has the shorty holding really close. He's gonna try and push out. Does find Eric the Great.
Last player standing.
Gonna get traded out though, and SMSU managed to pick up their 6th round win there.
It's really impressive seeing the shorty do some work there. Even though they didn't win that round, they definitely injured their economy a little bit.
Now if that was me there with the shorty, I wouldn't have gotten that kill.
You know, sometimes shorty has some favoritism, but
Yeah.
it happens.
SMSU gonna look to bonus round here, whereas Concordia gonna fully buy up. So SMSU gonna see if they can't manage to get some weapon upgrades. Cypher's got a lot of his util set up in that B garage and the main area. Push right into it. Doesn't see it. Does shoot the tripwire. For Kira. Kira managed to wall bang him. Does pick up the Kingslayer. But SMSU is on B site, has full. Picks up one. Now Dom Grady and Elephants. Elephants with that judge. Does see one, but he's not gonna check the corner. Eric the Great picks him up. Does get a dink onto Dom Grady, but doesn't manage to pick him up just yet. But SMSU rotating over here on the C site. Gonna get the plant down. 3v3 situation. A little bit of damage onto Dom Grady. But Waffle, he hears him
One enemy
there.
remaining.
Picks him up nice and easily, gets that weapon upgrade. And now Jet hanging out in B garage window. Oh, sees Waffle. Doesn't expect Spicy Lotus, and he takes him out. SMSU coming out with that bonus round win and a couple weapon upgrades. Definitely what you want to see coming out from SMSU.
That was such an important round. Winning that bonus, that gives them economy for days now. And we see the Phoenix ult is ready and available now. Hopefully they're able to run it down and get a couple picks off that.
Yeah, now SMSU only having a round differential between Concordia now. We're down several rounds earlier in the first half.
Flash out.
Now a little bit more life in the SMSU team. Gonna posture down low. 6 stack and Elephants do find a pick. Waffle does answer back. 6 stack. Gonna dash out of that A main area. 3v4 for SMSU. Gonna rotate off here, kind of look mid. With all that Cypher utility still over on the A site, SMSU definitely knows that they want to rotate off. Gonna throw that drone out into mid.
Nowhere to run.
Ult's gonna come out from Waffle. Doesn't manage to pick up anybody.
I think unless you get a tag right there, you can't use that all. It's too important.
Smoke's down.
Lotus gonna put down the smokes onto C site. Not in the places he needs them to be though. Really should be
Spike
smoking off the
planted.
entrance to C. Not where he's gonna be planting.
Akira about to do a loop around Papa Shrugs. However, maybe, just maybe he
And
gets
look at
spotted
how
out.
split up SMSU's players are. Papa Scrubs is nowhere near to help his teammates
One
out.
enemy
Waffle
remaining.
does manage to pick up one. He's gonna look for that second one. Papa Scrubs isn't there to help him out. Papa Scrubs is and he does manage to cut off 6-stack with that mid rotate. SMSU now an 8-8 game.
This has been crazy seeing it 8-4 in the first half, favoring a team that's not SMSU and seeing them bring it back to 8-8.
We see Papa Scrubs has that ult. We just have to see if he's going to actually use it
Yes.
in this round or in this half. He has some
Yes.
rounds to use it if he wants, but
Very
SMSU
true.
on attacking this time. If he doesn't use it, really going to be suspect.
Yeah, very much. I
Scanning
mean,
ahead.
there's multiple ways to use it now. You can use it to get on site, or you can use it to play for bomb.
He's in a great spot right now to use it. Will he?
That's the question. Kingslayer
Shot
picks one off.
All of Concordia now rotating onto C site. SMSU, if they're going to... Looks like SMSU is going to actually read this. They're going to rotate off. Concordia sort of noticing this. Phoenix is gonna... Dom Grady does get picked up by Eric the Great, though. Opening up the round a little bit more for SMSU. They can really just do what they want now. All that Cypher utility is on A site, so they will have to clear that out. And Concordia will know, but SMSU has 2 lurks. Akira going to get flashed by Eric the Great, and Eric the Great just going to back off. But Elephants
planted.
managed to get a big 2K on Papa Scrubs and Eric the Great. Evening up this man advantage for Concordia.
Cypher out. Cypher ult coming in big time, giving them exactly where SMSU is located.
Lotus going to try and hold this crossfire. Doesn't have another player to hold it with him, though. Managed to find one. Gets picked up by Elephants. Now Kingslayer
Last
lurking in
player
the smoke.
standing.
Oh, but as soon as the smoke dissipates, is he going to check? And he does get taked out by Worthless. Worthless having a really big 2K there to help Concordia come in and win that round.
The spike is diffused.
Man, if you're SMSU here, gotta keep playing as a team. Gotta keep that momentum.
Yeah, the 2K by Elephants huge in mid, evening out those numbers, taking what was a 5v3, favoring Golden Bears into a 3v3 where it's anyone's game.
Now, if SMSU can manage to win this round, they will put Concordia in a weird spot economy-wise because Concordia was running off of that. They had lost 4 rounds in a row, so their loss bonus was completely maxed out. They win that round.
Come on, let's go!
Resets.
Scanning ahead.
Waffle gonna throw out that recon dart onto C site.
Worthless is already in the cubby, close
There.
C. That's gonna be really hard for
Our
them.
spike's down.
Very, very dangerous lurk.
Spike down
And
A.
6-stack with the op. I don't know if he saw Spike drop.
Definitely heard it though, I believe. He was watching that like crazy.
Concussing.
Papa Shrugs gonna go for
Got
it.
the spike.
Does manage to get the spike without getting fragged out by 6-stack's op. You know, the aftershock probably helped him a little bit there.
It's pretty close to his ult, what his ultimate can
Spike
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. We will.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Now is the time. SMSU in a man-down situation. Elephants makes it a 2-man down situation. Waffle has the spike, but doesn't have that much health. If you SMSU here.
30 seconds left.
Elephants has it smoked off, though. Push through the smoke. Waffle does pick up Elephants. And now Akira, he can hear him.
SMSU.
But SMSU gotta get the plant down. Are they ready for Akira, though, to push out from garage? They do hear shots coming.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and 6-stack finding the cheeky penetration kill. Kingslayer has his ult up, but he's gonna get double peeked.
And the round is over. Unfortunately, not
Spike
able to
defused.
check that round. However,
Weapon here.
did some pretty impressive things. Brought what was a 2v4 to a 2v2. Took some economy off the board. So, that was pretty good.
Six-stack, though, has that op on defense on Haven. It's a dangerous thing to give a Jet.
Very true. I've not seen six stack with the op yet, besides on attacking, and he seemed to get a couple kills, so it's gonna be much more dangerous on defense.
Let's have some fun. This goes here.
SMSU looks like they're going to be pushing over towards A here for the beginning of the round. Alt's gonna come out from Concordia.
Spike down
Worthless
A.
finds 2 with that alt for free. Oh, if you're SMSU, that does not feel good.
No, it would not. Silver Drum coming out trying to clear A while there's 2 lurking. And Kingslayer will take out one of the
Cage
lurks.
triggered.
And 2 of the lurks, bringing this back to a 3.
Great. Gonna try it, come up big for his team. Does throw out a flash, but now he's gonna back off the site. SMSU having the superior. Oh, but six stack is in garage window with that op. Finds one, dashes out. Does get recon.
Joke's over.
Banged a little bit, but Alt's gonna come out from. Oh, yeah, okay.
Last player standing.
I was a little confused. I was looking at his alt, and then
30
he
seconds
still
left.
had it, so I wasn't sure if he used it.
Like planted.
Awful situation. Kira gonna find him. Concordia gonna take another round here. Gonna keep that op in the wheelhouse for them.
The momentum has shifted. Let's see if SMSU can back in these next couple rounds. Economy, they could probably force this next round for SMSU. However, economy for Concordia looking very solid.
Yeah, if you're SMSU, you have pretty much a nearly full buy this round. You've got to use all your alts. Speaking of those alts, does Papa Scrubs still have his?
Let's see if the breach ult comes into play this round. I really hope it does. And six stack misses that.
Try and throw out a couple timing shots there. Papa Scrub's already down to 30 HP. Has his ult. There's an opper on C site. You know this.
This is a perfect time to use your ult, and will we see it?
Six stack does get taken out by Waffle. Kira gonna try and answer back.
Spike planted.
Scrub's trying to claim garage window as his own. SMSU does get plant down. Now a 4v3 situation. Grady gonna pick up one. Gonna look for the second. Gets taken out by Eric the Great. Akira answers back, taking out Eric the Great.
Revealing area.
Now Waffle gonna try and recon dart. Has his ult for this post plant situation though.
One enemy
Scrub
remaining.
assault his ult well, but gets taken out by
Nowhere to
Worthless.
run.
Ult's gonna come out.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and the shock dart from Worthless takes him out, but there's not enough time for Worthless to get the defuse. SMSU is going to take this round, and a massive round win for SMSU. Waffle playing that post-plant situation very well, making sure he kept his ult and used it, actually.
That's the kind of ults that I'm talking about. They changed the course of a game. Without that, he would not have that round.
Yeah, and Papa Scrubs and Spicy Lotus, you know, Brimstone and Breach, those are 2 really big ults that you gotta use as SMSU. You know, they're able to get 3 Bulldogs and full armor, along with 2 Vandals. So they have the weaponry to really
area.
manage to... The words are escaping me right now, but to push onto the site, take a site, be aggressive.
Inside.
And they need to do that. They need to win 2. Kingslayer does manage to get an upgrade here, gets the Vandal. Elusive Element's gonna be smoked up. Throws out his paranoia.
Spike
Gonna
planted.
push onto site, but does get tagged up a little bit. Gonna back off. Couple scrubs. Hanging out by garage. Here's gonna get mollied off here and get some damage on him.
I love the use of the mollies by SMSU, making sure that they're not able to enter.
Worthless does find one though. Great. Looks away.
remaining.
Finds a good two-piece with that nice crossfire set up by SMSU. And SMSU, Eric the Great getting a nice 3K that round.
Blinds his opponent in the process, but his teammate in the process, but it does not matter. He's got it. He's got this 3K on his back, securing the round.
Doesn't matter if I can't see in the game. As long as you pick up the guy who's killing
Here we
me,
go.
we're good.
Okay, economy looking pretty rough for SMSU still, but they're hanging on. They're hanging on.
Yeah, SMSU coming in here with a full buy, actually forcing Concordia now to save this round. And now if SMSU can win this, we'll be pushing into overtime territory. Worthless holding this north angle over on A main. Now SMSU. Waffle gets a nice penetration kill there. Gets answered back by Akira with the Spectre. Pushing out on here on the B site.
Gets it.
One enemy remaining. Spike
Answered
down
back
B.
with a 3K of his own.
Blocking sight.
Slayer. V3 situation. Throws his ult, because what else can you do right now? He's got to come up big. He sees Worthless. He's going to get recon darted out. Now they know where he's at. He peeks into two members of Concordia. 6-stack. Getting a 4K that round.
No
Really
charges
carrying
left.
the
Match
round for his
point.
team.
I would have liked them to take some longer distance fights on SMSU's side, knowing that the economy for the defending team was in shambles. If you take those longer ranged fights, you're almost bound to win that round.
Yeah. When you have the advantage with your weapons, you have the awareness to know that, they can't contest you at those longer ranges as much. When you can one dink them with a Vandal, and their best chance is to dink you, you have the advantage. 6-stack. You can't be doing that to them.
2 kills on the side of Concordia.
Now Waffle. Oh, but 6-stack crouches into Waffle's crosshair.
And Breach ult is still available.
One enemy remaining.
And it's not going to be available anymore.
Careful now.
Reyna trying to make something work for SMSU. Spike over near C, and looks like the knife might be
Kingslayer
more.
does find one, but Akira's right there as he's trying to reload.
Enemy
Akira
remaining.
trying to kill for the knife. And now Kingslayer 1v1 situation, but it's Worthless. We know this man is dangerous. He is anything but worthless, and Worthless finds the headshot with the Vandal. And that will be Concordia taking match point for this best 2 out of 3.
Interesting last round.
You
Oh,
know,
the knife.
Akira going for the knife.
I respect it.
I respect it. I don't know if that's what you should be doing when you only have a 2-round lead. But thank you very much for tuning into SMSU Esports. This has been Kram McGraw.
Oh, sorry. This is Awoken for SMSU. Sorry, I'm kind
Thank
of
you.
tuned out by this time.
Thank you for joining us here at SMSU Esports, and we will talk to you later.